The truth will set you free, with Hector Melo.
Many ufologists agree that Earth has been visited by people from Zeta Reticuli. Those alien visitors are known as gray aliens. Those are attributes to have contact with humans and also to have adopted some of them. Today we're going to study deeply gray aliens. Stay tuned. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to The Truth Will Set You Free. Once you do that, now we are ready to proceed. Great aliens are quite inserted into alien culture that not only we have them within many narratives concerning alien contact, but also we can find them in our entertainment, media and arts. Probably, great aliens are the most common among many narratives from people who claim to be adopted by extraterrestrials. We're going to evaluate some of those experiences, but first, let's describe a great alien. Greys are typically described as being human-like with small bodies, smooth gray color skin, enlarged hairless head, and large black eyes. Some greys are typically depicted as great-skinned, diminutive humanoid beings that possess reduced forms or completely lack of external human body parts such as noses, ears, or sex organs. Their bodies are usually described as being elongated, having a small chest and lacking in muscular definition and visible skeletal structure. Their legs are depicted as being shorter and joined differently from humans, with limbs proportionally different from a human. Many believe to have encountered gray aliens and describe them in different ways. Even if some of the narratives, many of those creatures' many features seems to be in common, as gray skin tone, big almond-shaped eyes, and big skulls. Following, we're going to mention some famous close encounters of the third kind that involves humans and gray aliens. The Roswell incident is a conspiracy theory which alleged that in 1947 an Army Air Force balloon crashed near Roswell, New Mexico, but in fact it was actually caused by an extraterrestrial spacecraft. For some authorities, these testings were operated from the nearby Alamogordo Army Airfield and part of the top-secret Project Mogul. The balloon was intended to be detected Soviet nuclear test. After metallic and rubber debris was discovered by Roswell Army Airfield personnel, the United States Army announced their possession of a flying disc. This announcement made international headlines but was retracted within a day, obscuring the true purpose and source of the crashed balloon. The Army subsequently stated that it was a conventional weather balloon. Many believed that the real story was covered up. It is believed that at least 7 alien bodies were recovered from this incident, and all of them fit perfectly with the description of a gray alien. Remember that most of the content discussed on the Truth Will Set You Free channel are material taken from the book What Really Happened by Hector Melo. The same can be found by clicking on Hector Melo's book icon at the home page of this channel, or by clicking on the link found on the description of this video. What Really Happened recounts the secret history of humanity and reveals the true identity of the gods of Antiquity. You may also find other books being written by this author, including his Anunnaki saga, Anunnaki the Creation, Anunnaki War of Gods, and Anunnaki the Rebellion. For these and more, please visit www.lulu.com. Barney and Betty Hill were an American couple who claimed they were abducted by extraterrestrials in a rural portion of the state of New Hampshire from September 19 to September 20th of 1961. The incident came to be called the Hill abduction and the Zeta Reticuli incident because two ufologists connected the star map shown to Betty Hill with the Zeta Reticuli system. Their story was adapted into the best-selling 1966 book The Interrupted Journey and into the 1975 television film The UFO Incident. Most of the Betty Hill's notes, tapes, and other items have been placed in the permanent collection at the University of New Hampshire, her alma mater. In July 2011, the New Hampshire Division of Historical Resources marked the site of the alleged craft first approached with a historical marker. The whole story has widely published in books and movies. The creatures were described as aliens from Zeta Reticuli, gray aliens. A photographer took this picture to a creature is believed to be a gray alien. This encounter happened in 1930 in Alaska. Impressive, this was way before the Roswell incident. The picture has not been edited since at those times was not possible digital editing, due to the fact that there was not software or computers for producing such. The Travis Walton incident was an alien abduction of American forestry worker Travis Walton on November 5, 1975, in the Apache Sitgraves Graves National Forest near Heber, Arizona. According to his own narratives, Walton was shot by a light beam coming from a flying saucer. Later, he was taken inside a spacecraft. He described the creatures inside of the spaceship as gray aliens. Walton's experience had inspired for the creation of a movie and documentaries. Gray aliens are not only shown in movies, cartoons, and video games. In fact, the media portrays what humans demand to see. But in some cases, those gray aliens are shown in other kind of media. We refer to art. Remember, an artistic expression is connected to the psychological aspect of ancient men. Next, we're going to show you some gray aliens captured in ancient art. This kind of art is known as rock art or cave art. It was found in Australia and depicts the Wandjina gods. Pay close attention to their big heads and its huge eyes. Definitely, these ancient people had contact with gray aliens. The features they show are remarkable evidence. If you are a fan of the ancient astronauts, the unknown and mystery, you will love to take a look at some cool stuff made for you. Just visit the official Hector Melo shop. You may find there items based on those characters that we love. The Anunnaki, the Alpha Centaurians, the Zeta Reticulans, the Pleiadians, the Orions, the Olympians, the Shivarus, and more. Please visit www.cafepress.com/shop/Hector Melo. Cool t-shirts, mugs, apparel, and more. www.cafepress.com/shop/Hector Melo. These still were made by the Dogon people from Africa. Notice the creatures they portray in this relief. They are gray aliens indeed. Even depict some features of their bodies. You can notice the elongated skulls as well. We travel now to Tiwanaku, Bolivia. This is known as Pumapunku, the door of the Puma. This structure shows many faces. Some are humans-like and others not. Pay close attention to the image at the right side. This is the representation of a gray alien for sure. It seems that the more than just a single civilization from the past contacted with gray aliens. This artifact is classified as an old part, out-of-place artifact. This is known as a Lolodov plate. This is believed to be found in Nepal. This disc depicts some symbols, a UFO, and gray alien. Another more coincidence or evidence? This sculpture was made by the Taino people, ancient settlers of the Caribbean islands. This entity is supposed to be a Semi, one of the Taino gods, but if you look carefully and compare it to the picture of the right side, you may notice that this was a misinterpretation of a gray alien, thanks to the psychological aspect of ancient men. Gray aliens come from Zeta Reticuli, but a question arises. Why did they come from so far to Earth in the first place? According to some researchers, gray aliens are geneticist scientists which experiment by performing genetic manipulation in living beings. Many ensure that they abduct people and even perform experiments on animals too. Remember, subscribe to this channel, hit that button. Now we can continue. There are many stories in which an abductee recounts medical examination and surgeries performed by these alien scientists for either good or worse. Not every case had a positive experience, but most of them agree on many characteristics when describing these great aliens. Other stories recount about captured great aliens working secretly for the government. These were supposed to have crashed on Earth, then got taken by military officials in custody to underground bases, and finally they are persuaded for working for Earthlings. Some recounts even mention special secret meetings between great aliens and deputies. Apparently, both authorities share or exchange either information or resources. Others believe that there exists an exchange in which aliens offer humans their technology, meanwhile humans offer aliens genetic material. We wonder, what are those great aliens interested in? Some experts believe that Zeta Reticulans lost their ability for procreating among themselves in a natural way, and that is the purpose of their interest in humanity. They seem to be learning from humans and its nature to achieve such feat. Remember to follow us on our social media: XCOM, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, and Discord. Don't forget to follow. Great aliens are not only recognized by their physical appearance, but also by their own spaceships. We refer to the flying saucers. Flying saucers is probably the oldest description of an alien spacecraft in ufology. Even the term comes from the last century. This refers to a spacecraft that resembles a disc-shaped object. The flying saucers phenomenon started in the 50s, and many associate this spacecraft with the great aliens in particular. Some contactees recount that these alien beings also have helpers, servants. Some describe them as biological beings. Others believe they are some sort of biological hybrid droids. They are called them short great aliens. They are very popular among early culture as their cousins. Other contactees had experienced the contact with great aliens not only at home, but inside their own bedrooms. Such are known as room visitors, apparently by using advanced technology of millions of light years in comparison to Earthling. They manage to teleport themselves inside any bedroom they choose. Hi, this is Hector. If you really want to help us to make this channel to grow, you may consider making a donation to the Truth Will Set You Free PayPal account, which is hmelo25@yahoo.com. Thank you. We really appreciate your contribution. Some researchers claim that these great aliens contact humans by using telepathic powers, so they transmit their message directly to the human's brain in order for having a conversation. Sometimes the abductee feels that their minds have been invaded by these visitors as well. Among the biological interventions or surgeries that these great scientists perform on humans, we find the cases regarding the insertions of technological implants, that is to say, placing a long-range tracking device inside of a person's body in order for to study the individual more deeply, in the same way human scientists do to some animals. Those who had a negative experience with these great aliens ensure they keep having nightmares for days, months, and even years, depending on how traumatic this case was. Some get very scared and don't want even to talk about their adoption, or just don't want to share their experience for other reasons. Great aliens are probably one of the most common and famous alien species that have visited Earth so far. We have them within our media, entertainment, and arts. But are those our friends? Please comment below. Thanks for watching. The Truth Will Set You Free. See you next time.